The night my dad passed, the phone rang at 3 in the morning. I picked up. The voice on the other end said it was the ER. He wasn't going to make it. I nudged Claire awake. She sat up, still half asleep, and said, "Now?" By the time we got to the hospital, his body was already cold. I stood in the hallway while a nurse asked what we wanted to do with the remains. My head was buzzing. I couldn't hear anything clearly. Claire stood beside me, gripping my arm so tight it hurt. The next few days were a blur. I called funeral homes, received relatives flying in from New York and Boston, dug through my dad's drawers looking for a will and IOUs. He'd run a small home renovation business. The minute he was gone, creditors showed up faster than family. Claire stayed by my side the whole time, pouring tea, greeting guests, collecting condolence envelopes, writing down names in a notebook. The relatives kept saying, "You're lucky. Your wife's incredible." I didn't think much of it, but I started noticing things. The night of the wake, her phone rang. She glanced at it and said, "Work email." Then she stepped outside with it. She was gone 20 minutes. When she came back, I asked what it was about. "Nothing. Finance stuff. They need a report," she said, and sat down off to the side, staring at the floor. It happened again a few times. She'd take calls in the hallway behind the viewing room, her voice low. I couldn't make out what she was saying, but I could see her profile. She was smiling. On the third day, it was over. Everyone left. It was just the two of us at home, sitting on the couch, neither of us wanting to move. She spoke first, said she was exhausted and wanted to go back to the hotel early to rest. I said, "Okay, you go ahead. I'll clean up." It wasn't even 9 when she left. The next day around noon, I went to the hotel to grab my ID. My passport and bank cards were in another bag I'd forgotten. The room had a key card lock. I swiped it. It beeped. I pushed the door open. There were people in the bed. Claire was lying on her side, hair spread across the pillow. There was someone next to her, a man, bare-chested. I stood in the doorway, the door still open. They woke up. Claire saw me first. Her eyes went wide. She jerked back and tumbled off the bed, clutching the blanket around herself. The guy sat up and looked at me, didn't say a word. I recognized him. Matt, from college. Claire opened her mouth like she was going to say something, but nothing came out. She stood there, bare legs exposed, gripping the blanket, lips trembling. "Come outside," I said. I turned and walked down the hall. It was long. I stopped by the elevator and waited. After a minute, she came out wearing a hotel robe, barefoot. "I'm sorry," she said. I didn't respond. "I couldn't handle it," she said. "The atmosphere, the wake, the crying, people coming nonstop. I needed to escape." "When did it start?" I asked. "Yesterday," she said. I looked at her eyes. "Really, just yesterday," she said. "The day of the funeral I was falling apart. I texted him. I just needed someone to talk to." I nodded, turned and walked away. Back in the room to grab my bag. Matt had pants on now, sitting at the edge of the bed smoking. He didn't look at me. I found my bag, started going through it, and saw her phone on the nightstand. I picked it up, swiped, no lock. Texts, between her and Matt. I scrolled up, back to when my dad was in the hospital. "He's been at the hospital these past few days. He's not coming home at night." "Then I'll come get you." "Don't, it's too obvious." "When's his dad going to die?" "Not sure, probably soon." I set the phone down, walked out. She was still in the hallway, arms wrapped around herself. "You want to explain?" I said. She froze. "The texts," I said, "from when he was in the hospital." She didn't speak. I got in the elevator, went downstairs, drove home. We divorced later. She called a few times, sent texts, said that day was an emotional breakdown, said it was just one loss of control, said she'd been trying to hold me up the whole time, but she couldn't hold on. I didn't answer. The last time I saw her was in a lawyer's office. After we signed the papers, she stopped me at the door. "Do you hate me that much?" she asked. "I don't hate you," I said. "Then why can't you try to understand?" I really couldn't stand that atmosphere. I looked at her. "When I needed you to hold me up," I said, "you were lying in someone else's arms." She didn't say anything. I pushed the door open. It was raining outside. I didn't have an umbrella. By the time I reached the car, I was soaked through. When I started the engine, I remembered something. The morning of my dad's funeral, she'd been outside the viewing hall taking a call. I was inside burning paper offerings. Through the glass door, I saw her turn her face away and smile. I'd thought some coworker had said something comforting. Now I know. It was Matt telling her, soon,